Well, hello there, kids. Welcome to Inside the Drag Closet, the interactive vodcast where we talk about all things drag and some things that aren't. Who knows? We're really just here to have a good time. We have an amazing episode planned for you this evening. We will be joined by my lovely co-host, Amethyst Diamond, this evening. We've got all the way from LA, the incredible Miss NOMI MOORE joining us, as well as the incomparable Miss KANDI POP. I am so excited for tonight. We have a lot of people already popping in. Let's see who's... Tammy is the first one. Hello, Miss Tammy. Good to see you. Miss Anita Tension, who was on just a couple weeks ago. Hey, my favorite people. Hey, girl, how you doing? Miss Vicky is joining us. Hey, girl, how are you? Mr. Ephraim, who we are so grateful to. Thank you so much, Ephraim. You know what you did. I was waiting for someone to get to it, and of course, my husband says, not in front of my salad. In front of my salad, it's a Caesar salad. It's a green goddess salad. I was feeling very goddessy this evening. Vicky, how is everyone? I think we're all great. I think we're in for a great night this evening. Miss Dakota watching. Hey, ladies, I'm excited. I got a chance to perform with Dakota this week up in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and it was a crazy show. We're going to be talking about that show a little bit later. Don't you worry. Robin is watching this evening. Good evening. Shannon is watching. You look gorgeous. Oh, thank you, Shannon. I'm so glad you get to watch the episode live for once. So good to see you. Casey is here. Hello, 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 beautiful people. Hope everyone is doing extremely well, ready for an amazing show. I am ready too, Casey. Sanika Diamond of the Diamond Clan is watching this evening. Hello, Miss Sanika. How are you? Alicia, evening, you glorious beans. Hello, Alicia. How are you, darling? Marcy and Carrie are watching. Yay. Hi, ladies. Can't wait to see you on Friday. We can't wait to see you on Friday either for Divas Down Under. Do I still have that poster up? I sure do. We are having our Rehoboth Beach takeover with Miss Peaches, Poison Diamond Doll, Tamia Giselle Michaels, Amethyst Diamond, Jade DeVere, and Anastasia Diamond. If you have not gotten your tickets yet, too bad. We are sold out. However, tickets are already on sale for our April Fool's show. That's right. The April show falls on April 1st with the return of Pola Frost. We've got Poison, Elizabeth Hardon, Shauna Alexander, Amethyst Diamond, Jade DeVere, and Anastasia Diamond. So look out on Facebook. Those tickets are already available. Make sure you get them ASAP because they will not last. Here I am gabbing away, and I haven't even talked about myself yet. I'm talking about everybody else, but we need a little who, what, where. Who am I? My name is Jade DeVere. I am a drag artist based in Pennsylvania. I love the art of drag. It makes me super happy, and it makes me feel like a goddess in a Halloween store outfit. Get over it. What am I wearing? A Halloween store outfit. I love this dress. It's just pretty. It's fun. It's flippant. It's flowy. I am wearing a beautiful jewelry set from Rocks by Cox. I'm wearing this lovely hairpiece from the Amazon. I got this for a Game of Thrones show because I played Daenerys for that show, and it was a lot of fun. Now, let's get into my makeup a little bit. I am wearing a Wet n Wild concealer. I am wearing some Morphe bronzer. My eyes are Juvia's Place this evening, and my lips are, of course, my favorite, the Lip Bar. And last but not least, where can you find me? You can find me every Wednesday right here on Inside the Drag Closet at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, YouTube, and this is our first episode on Twitch. So I'm hoping that's all working out just fine. I haven't seen any Twitch comments yet, but I am ready for them. Last time I did a thing on Twitch, I got a little trolled and I didn't get it, but I am ready for it this time. I'm still going to screw something up. I am ready for it. Who else do we have? Oh, Diana. We were at that Scranton show. It was amazing, but I can't wait to hear your take. Oh, just wait. Oh, just wait. I had an amazing time, except for that one a-hole in the audience, but we'll talk about him a little bit later. Mama Thompson is watching this evening. Hello, darling. How are you? Oh, you're coming on Friday. Fantastic. Who else do we have? Eileen O'Brennan. Greek salad. Ooh, you know it. Miss Eileen, I miss you. We need to do a gig together sometime soon. Daniel Jackson. Who tossed their salad onto Jay's wall? Look. Better it's on the wall than on my face. No, thank you. Anyway, Nick Foles saying, hey, soft. This lovely human being is going to be on the show next week, where we are going to be tackling non-binary issues with two incredible guests. We have the incredible Sarah Besk, as well as my dear friend, one of my closest friends on the planet, Belladonna, will be joining us. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Oh my God, the chat is just going off. Emily is saying, you guys did an awesome job in Scranton. Such an amazing time. Thank you so much. Miss Raquel saying, hello, darling. How are you? Alrighty. Oh, there's one more comment I want to say from Amethyst Diamond. Hello, kids. Hi, darling. How are you? Wait a minute. Why am I talking to her through the chat? I'm going to talk to her directly. All right, kids, let's welcome to Inside the Drag Closet, my sister from another gene pool. You know her and love her, Miss Amethyst Diamond.
Hi. Hi, everybody. How you doing? How's it going?
Doing great. Miss Vicky wanted to remind all of us to share this video. That way more people get to watch it. It's going to be cute.
Vicky, you're so quick with that now, and I'm so grateful that you beat me to it every episode now. But yes, if you have not shared our video yet, ladies and gentlemen, please take the time to do so now. We will wait. We won't. We have things to talk about. But please share our video. Get us out there. We are over 10,000 likes on Facebook now. And that's because of you. So thank you all for being with us every week and for following us and liking us and giving us all that love. We certainly appreciate you. So thank you very much. Enjoy the show.
And we just got our first comment on Twitch.
Oh.
And it's from Daniel Jackson.
Hi, baby. Oh, that's so sweet.
Well, girl, why don't you give the kids a little who, what, where about you?
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, everybody. It's me. It's your girl. If you don't know me, my name is Amethyst Diamond. I've been doing drag for over 20 years. I know it's hard to believe. Yeah. So I live in South Central Pennsylvania. In my little humble abode, just enjoying life and doing drag full time as my job. What am I wearing tonight? So this lovely wig comes from Zamber Sky. My makeup tonight is MAC and Morphe, painted by yours truly. My jewelry tonight is all, yes, I believe, all Rocks by Cox, mostly all Swarovski AB, except for this sapphire ring. And these titties right here, Thelma and Louise, you know what's up. These are from Ilya's Closet. And my lovely frock is from Macy's. I'm just kidding. It's from Fashion Nova. .com. So you can find me the first, the second, and the fourth Wednesday of every month right here on Inside the Drag Closet, 8:30 live on Wednesdays. You can find me on Facebook under Amethyst Diamond, and you can find me on the Instagram as well under Amethyst_Diamond1.
Amazing.
I'm blowing you French kisses, Jade.
No.
Isn't that great?
One of the dumbest TikToks I ever filmed.
That was funny. That was fun. Folks, if you have not seen that yet, go on her Instagram or her TikTok and just go through them all till you find it. You'll know the one. You'll know it when you find it.
I can't help myself. I love TikTok so much. I never thought I would. Like, I fought against it. I was like, no, that's for the young kids. And now I'm like,
you're addicted.
I am. I'm fully addicted. Sarah
How's
Best
our merch
says,
doing?
Oh, how is our merch doing?
How's our merch doing? Are you buying our merch, people? Are you buying the merch? We have coffee mugs. This is a special coffee mug.
Oh, you got that one.
This is a special coffee mug. We have stickers like this. Oh, you can't see nothing. Oh, it's too bright.
Here, we'll do it that way.
Yeah, that sticker there is a sticker of me. Isn't that cool? Stickers. Isn't that nice? You can have stickers. You can have a beach towel. Oh my God, you can have that beach towel.
Now I need to get more of our merch. God damn it, you're making me look bad.
You can even get a hoodie. Buy our merch so I don't have to. Please. Please. I'm just kidding.
The desperation is real. You can pick up our merch at www.jadedevere.com/merch. Also, if you want exclusive content for this show, don't forget to head on over to our Patreon. I haven't gotten a chance to do one yet this week. I do have a Patreon review that I'm going to film after the show tonight. It's going to be an interesting one.
Good.
A big thing that's going around right now are these silicone headbands that hold your wig on.
Oh, that's right. When I was at your place last week, I seen that laying on the table. I heard they're very effective.
They are. However, I realized not for this show because I was doing my makeup and getting the worst headaches, but for like a 5-minute number. Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah. She's just a little too snug. Simple as that.
Yeah, I mean, even, during shows, it's the same thing as wrapping like duct tape around your head. So.
Yeah, and I know a lot of queens who do that. A lot of queens use the double-sided tape to stick their wig to.
That too.
Derek and I gave a lot of flack to they were newer queens at the time who just duct taped their heads and then put a wig on, and we were like, but you're making a slippery surface on your head. Like,
what are you
doing? And they were like, wow. Well, girl, are you ready to talk to our first guest?
We have some really beautiful guests tonight and very talented individuals, and I cannot wait for the world to get to meet them.
Exactly. Now, our first guest has been on the show before. She was on the show back in episode 16. That was ages ago, and that was back before Amethyst was on the show.
Preemie.
Like, it's so crazy, but I'm so excited to have her back. She looks just as beautiful as ever, and I am super ready for all of you to share some love to the incredible NOMI MOORE.
Hi, everybody.
Hello. Hi, darling. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Thank you for having me. How are you?
Great. Doing wonderful. Blessed, highly favored, tired as hell, all that.
The huge.
The huge. That's one
totally.
So, NOMI, why don't we start off with you giving us a little who, what, and where about you?
Okay. Okay. My name is NOMI MOORE. I am a drag queen and female illusionist. I have been doing this for about 25 years. My passion is makeup. And I share that on my YouTube channel, NOMI MOORE. And I am wearing a combination of, let's see, I think this is Armani with Kohl's for the dress and the jacket. And then I have a Chanel necklace with a Windsor necklace. You know that store in the mall store, Windsor? I like to mix and match things up.
Ooh, I love that.
Very nice.
And oh, sorry, the last question, where you can find me. You can find me on Instagram at get2nomimoore or on my website, nomimoore.com.
Fantastic. I'm actually queuing up your YouTube channel as well.
Okay. Thank you.
Check out NOMI MOORE on YouTube. Her videos are incredible. You do a whole series of just beautiful looks, but different, like day looks, night looks, showgirl looks. Just, if you want to know makeup, go to her channel.
Thank you. I think it's so much fun. It's so much fun. It's a great way to express yourself, but it can also be extremely overwhelming. So I hope that my videos shed a little bit of light to the people who watch them and help them find their path through makeup.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that. Go ahead, Jade.
No, I was going to say, do you have any questions for NOMI?
I was just going to continue with that conversation about how makeup isn't just, about the look. Using cosmetics, it makes you feel better about yourself. It gives you a sense of confidence. And it makes you feel like a superhero, in times where you're feeling bad about yourself, or, you have blemishes, or you're just having a bad skin day, makeup, there's a lot of power in makeup. So,
or those days where you just don't want to be you.
Right.
Change yourself for a day. Have fun with it.
Exactly. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
That is exactly
it's just unfortunate because it's not, I don't think it's a very user-friendly arena because there's so much information. I think it's really hard for people who need this information to be able to decipher what is going to be useful to them. Those are some of the things that are one of the things I try to break down in my makeup videos.
Gotcha.
How to spot trends and how to stay away from them too.
That's really important. Yeah. What is like one trend that you saw come up and you're just like, no, not that?
There's a lot of trends. It's not, some trends look great and some don't. It's not the fact that it's a trend that would make me like it or dislike it, but I find too many times trends are meant to sell things and they don't take the individual into consideration. So you have people in this environment who are already killing themselves to try to fit this mold, and then here comes a trend to make them feel even more on the outside looking in. And that's why I detest trends, because they do not cater to the individual, and makeup is about self-expression, not wearing the mask that everybody else is.
Right, because everything is not for everyone.
Nor should it be.
It's perfectly fine. Right. Exactly.
How boring would that be if all three of us looked exactly the same?
But I mean, I would feel pretty finally.
We'd be pretty though. We'd be pretty.
We already are pretty because we have the balls to put ourselves out there and to be our most vulnerable and genuine self. That's exactly pretty.
Exactly. The first rule of makeup, you're already beautiful.
That's right. Makeup just lets the rest of the world see it.
Exactly.
My husband just commented, because we were talking about you're giving very Sandra Bullock vibes tonight.
Yes.
My husband just said you're giving him Faith Hill vibes.
I'll take that too. Can it be Faith Hill from the Stepford Wives?
Yes.
She had great sex, didn't she?
That movie was such a disaster, but it was so good.
It was good.
I loved it, but Showgirls is one of my favorite movies as well. So I think I just see things in a different way, and I get so much pleasure out of movies that show the sides of life that we really don't want to pay attention to.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and that's one thing on your YouTube channel that I found so compelling. The first interview we had, you were very vulnerable in showing the procedure you had done. And it was just blew my mind. It was
gnarly. The CO2 laser. Yeah, it was pretty gnarly. I had it done a couple years ago. And it's a laser procedure that resurfaces the top layer of skin and then also penetrates into the deeper layers of skin to help rebuild the collagen and elastic fibers. So there's some downtime with that one, but I wanted to document it because of what that that procedure was going to do for me. And again, if that puts information in the hands of someone that needs it to help them make a decision that's in their best interest for themselves, rather than someone selling them something, then that's great. That's what I want for my content.
Amazing.
Exactly.
We have a question here from Pamela Fisher. She wants to know about your lip color.
Oh, Pamela Fisher from Boston, Massachusetts. I think that might be my mother, y'all.
Oh, there's a lot of Fishers in the comment section right now. I'm just saying.
Oh, thanks, guys. I normally wear Runway Rogue, but tonight I took a break and I'm wearing all Pat McGrath tonight. And this is the Pat McGrath Matte Trance Lipstick in Peep Show. But I have layered a little bit of the Suckless Face and Body Lip Varnish and Truffle over it.
God bless it.
I've heard nothing but good things about Suckless.
Right?
I have a fun question, and this is something I was going to ask, and I was like, we'll see if we get to it, but I really want to. What is one makeup product you cannot live without?
Foundation. Because if you give me enough colors, although they're all nude, I can create like a nude 90s supermodel smoky look with just different tones of foundation. So give me just foundation, and I think I can be okay. But I want so much more than that.
Right.
True.
That's impossible for a drag queen to answer. Like, what one product can you go without? I'm like, I can't go out without my primer or my base.
I have like 20 palettes that I haven't even opened yet, just sitting, waiting to be used.
Right.
Begging to be touched.
Just in case.
One makeup item you can't live without. This kit.
The kit. Exactly.
The whole kit and caboodle.
You know, I will say this. This is a tip that I share in a lot of my makeup videos. Regardless of whether you can take this or you can take that, because some of us use Pat McGrath, some of us use Morphe. I love Morphe. There's one trick, regardless of the brand that you use, setting spray. Setting spray and a big powder brush. Whatever you do, set it with the setting spray and then take your big powder brush and just lightly tap the setting spray into the surface of the makeup, and it'll give you a really super natural finish to the skin. Doesn't look super cakey, and it catches the light just right so that the skin maintains a very natural looking result.
Amethyst is taking notes right now.
We'll kiki after the show.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. You know, it's funny. I've been bouncing between setting sprays lately. I really enjoy my Morphe, but I found that when I do gigs, I end up shiny at the end of the show. So I have another one from NYX that I don't have the same problem, but I really like how this goes on. So maybe I have to try the brush technique.
Try the brush technique and let me know how that works. Because I use the Morphe setting spray too. And I think it provides just the right amount of texture camouflage, if you know what I mean.
Gotcha.
I like that.
Because I think a good setting spray should also help to blur the texture of the makeup.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, speaking for myself,
does
I
that
have extremely textured skin. My skin is like a roadmap, like literally. So,
well, I mean, anybody who's got stubble that they're trying to cover up is going to have some textural issues, right?
that's right.
I don't care
that's right.
who you are.
I'm also a man.
Exactly.
I never would have known.
What?
I do have to say, while she's here, Shannon's Art Gathering. Hi, everyone. You all look gorgeous. When I initially put the Facebook message out about who I should book on the show, Shannon was the one who recommended you. And
she was.
Even though we don't chat very often, every time we do, I love the conversation we have. And you are you radiate joy. And I love that.
Is that to me or to Shannon?
To you.
Oh my gosh, thank you. I thought you were talking about Shannon because we follow each other on social media, and she radiates joy. She's so sweet and she does these beautiful pictures. But thank you so much for saying that. It's thanks. It's a tough life, isn't it? Anything that we can do to try to make it better, I think is a good thing. I would like to know that the mark I left was a positive one, and it's a struggle, but I try. So thank you for saying that. I appreciate that.
And I do have to say, Shannon is an absolute gem too. I love chatting with her on Instagram.
Sweetheart.
Exactly. Amethyst, do you have any other questions for Nomi?
I do. So Nomi, where's your foundation of inspiration? Where does your joy and your happiness come from?
The 90s supermodels.
Well,
and that's when I started both of my careers in hair and in drag, and I am definitely a product of that era. And I think that as long as I'm willing to stay open and fresh, I can take that inspiration and keep it contemporary. Like, for example, with this look tonight, I was going to do like French tip nails, and then I was like, no, it's not 1993 anymore. Let's do like a black blue short nail and keep it fresh. I think that there's something about the glamour of the 90s supermodel that speaks to me because it's unapologetic in what it is. And I think that's what beauty should be, unapologetic.
Indeed. Absolutely.
Unapologetically beautiful.
That's right.
When you publish your book, there it is.
That's the title of my book, Unapologetic.
Sorry, I'm pretty.
Thank you. Thank you. I will take that.
I love that. Well, Nomi, we do have another guest to get to, but are you going to hang out with us for after the break?
Absolutely.
Fantastic. We're going to chat with you in just a little bit. See you soon.
Thank you, baby. What a beautiful soul.
Beautiful soul, beautiful person, just beautiful all around.
Yeah, good vibes. Even through the interweb, good vibes. You know?
Isn't it funny? Like, doing this show, we talk to so many people that we never get to meet in person, but you can still feel that joy through the internet.
Absolutely. And it's absolutely free.
Yeah,
It's
our show is free.
free. It
Well,
costs you nothing.
and the funny thing is, with Facebook and YouTube and all of these things, we could charge for this show. We're not going to.
It just costs you $5 on Patreon. That's all it costs.
There you go.
That's it.
$5 a month, kids. It's not that much.
That's the secret to happiness is $5. Subscribe to our Patreon. Happy all day.
Exactly. I am planning on setting up our own Inside the Drag Closet Venmo, just so that we can keep better track of any donations that go to all of us.
Yes.
And, you know, those donations will help build the show. And thanks to an incredible donation we got last week, we will be sponsoring and having our own booth at Central Pennsylvania Pride this year.
Yay.
It's a logic puzzle to figure out who's going to man it when, but we're going to figure that out.
We're all going to stay there all day together.
All day.
All day. And they
Well, we don't have Anastasia that day. Because she's at the other booth.
Well, we're going to have to set up right next door then.
I'm all right with that.
Double duty. Double
But
duty.
girl, are you ready for our next guest?
I am, because I know and love her dearly. Yes, bring on the pop. Bring on the pop.
You are friends with her, so why don't you do her intro?
Absolutely. So last summer, I had the privilege of meeting this adorable little girl. I love her to death. We performed together at Port 251 in Rehoboth. Just colorful and fun and fresh and new and just cute as a button. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you my girlfriend, KANDI POP.
Hello.
Come on, KANDI.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. How you
Can you
living?
hear
How's
me?
life?
Because this thing isn't working.
You're great.
That's okay, baby. You're doing great. Yes, ma'am. How you doing, sweetheart? How's life been for you?
I'm good. How are you girls?
No, you know, living the dream, living the virtual
Blessed and highly
dream.
favored.
As you said earlier,
You know?
yes. Well, why don't you go ahead and give everybody a little who, what, where, baby?
Well, as they said, my name is KANDI POP. I am 26 years old. I am originally from Baltimore, Maryland, but now reside in the lower slower of Milford, Delaware. I've been doing drag for about 7 years now. You can find me all over Delaware. Let's think. Let's do the what. My face tonight is a mixture of things. I am using this wonderful Fenty foundation that I just started using because we just got that at my job at Ulta. My eyes are a mixture of things, but it's mainly going to be the Sweetest Tea palette from Morphe. My lips are Buxom and I think an Essence gloss. Bracelets and earrings are from Shein. Hair clips, if I can do it. Hair clips are from the hair store and I think from Amazon. Hair is from the fabulous Miss Katrina Colby. And little romper moment is from Amazon. A little cute moment. Where can you find me? You can find me all over Delaware. This coming Sunday, March 6th, you can find me at Shrimpies in Rehoboth Beach at 7 p.m. for their dinner show. And I think that's all.
Amazing.
Good job, baby. Good job. I can't wait to see you again. It's been since last summer since we worked together. So
I know it's been so long.
But we're here. It's March 2nd. You know, daylight savings is in less than 2
This year
weeks.
is flying by already.
I know. I'm just glad winter's like over.
More or
Girl,
less.
I'm over the cold.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's time to play in the sun. Bring it on. Bring it
Absolutely.
on.
Sun's out, buns out.
Right? Buns. All the buns.
Relatable.
Yay, buns.
Last summer, I went to the beach with Amethyst, and we were just like, she is going to lose that swimsuit and make it a real special experience for everybody on this beach.
Yeah.
Okay, but are
Yeah,
we
that-
surprised?
No.
No.
Exactly.
So we got a question already, and this is a cute one from Vicky. What inspired your name?
I always have a few different answers for that, but I usually circle around the same kind of logistic when it comes to the answer. When I first started drag, I was actually fresh out of, well, not fresh, but not too far out of high school, and was actually starting to go to college. And I was going to college for cooking, specifically baking. I thought that's what I wanted to do with my life. I thought I wanted to open my own bakery, do all the cupcakes and whatnot. So my favorite thing, and it still is, my favorite thing is bright colors, candy, cupcakes, lollipops, and all that. So I wanted something that was around that, and that's where candy came around. And of course, because of my real name starts with a K, I wanted to keep something that started with a K. And then thinking of pop, I wanted something that went with candy, and I figured pop is short, sweet, and to the point, just like me.
I think your name is perfect. You exemplify your name as Candy Pop because you're always colorful. Your outfits are always so cutesy and just like you're like a living Bratz doll. Like, and you do it so well. Like I love your nose
That is
contour.
literally the best comment ever.
You are though. You really are, and you're pint sized. Like you're great, honey. And I'm glad I know you. Truly.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
So we've been talking about makeup a lot this evening, so I want to know, what is one product you cannot live without?
Oh, let's see. If I had to pick just one, honestly, recently I'm going to say my primers because I started getting into a really good skincare routine when I started working in Ulta last year, and I realized a good hydrating primer is definitely what I need because my skin, I swear, is drier than the Sahara Desert. And if I do not hydrate and prime, you can see every single roadmap texture there is. So I probably have to go with a hydrating primer.
Yes. And such a big, important detail to doing your makeup. Hydrate before you put it on. You know what I mean? You have to hydrate your skin before you cover it up.
I always tell customers, like, they're always asking, oh, well, why do I have all these pores and why do I have all these fine lines? And I'm like, well, what is your skin routine? What are you priming with? And they're like, well, no, I don't really use primer. Well, there's your answer.
It's like painting a wall. It's like painting a car. It's the same thing. It really, like, I like to use Max Fix Plus. It's like a prep and prime, a moisturizer and primer in one. Like, I love it. This is probably my favorite makeup product that I own. So.
Yep.
Oh, that is hands down one of the best ones.
Yep. I always talk about my Wet n Wild cucumber primer because it just smells delicious and makes me happy, makes me match my salad.
Tossed.
I love that one. It smells so good.
Mm.
Okay, now I'm hungry and want a salad.
I'm literally sitting here eating baby carrots while we do this. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my goodness, not the baby carrot.
If you see me just pull out a random bottle of ranch out of my bra, it's fine.
Right.
It happens all the time. Well, and when you sent your bio, I was very happy to see that drag actually helped you, live your authentic life as a woman. How does that truth make you feel?
It's definitely helped a lot. It's helped me become the person I am today, to be honest, because outside of drag, and it might not even seem it when I'm at a show, but like if I'm at home or if I'm at a party or something, I'm kind of quiet sometimes when it comes to a big group of people. And I'm the first person too. You could bring me to a party and I will literally grab a plate of food, grab a drink, and sit my butt in the corner and not talk to anyone. And it's weird because when I'm in drag, I'm completely different. So it's definitely helping open my shell a lot and helped me morph into the person I am today a lot.
Aw. Drag is such a miraculous thing like that. We did an episode a couple months ago where we made over a set of twins, two straight young women who are watching the show this evening. And I will never forget the looks on their faces when they finally got to see what we did. And they were like, oh, but wait a minute. I was like, you two are drag queens. You are queens.
They're like, wait, I had a drag queen inside of me? What?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody does.
Yep.
Everybody has an inner queen.
That is so true.
Leah Pardini just commented, I want to be made over.
Bonjour, mademoiselle.
All right. Part 2.
Exactly.
Right.
So, Amethyst, what other questions do you have for Kandi?
Kandi, what is your favorite part about doing drag?
Honestly, when it comes to drag, I am a little girl at heart. I love, and this is going to sound very narcissist, but it's my favorite thing ever. I love being pretty. Like, I love playing in fashion and being able to take something that may be off the rack and make it look beautiful. Or I love being able to take an idea that I had and get it made into reality and just being able to be like a walking fashion show pretty much.
Right. You're almost like a billboard. Like for
Yeah.
me, I
Yeah,
think.
pretty much. It's one of those like what were they called? Doodle bears that you get to draw on.
Doodle bears. Oh,
Doodle bears.
not the doodle bear. That's so
Just
cute.
stick me in the washer, it's fine.
Exactly. Exactly.
When
I
I
mean, I'm
was
small enough to fit in
younger,
there, so.
You would.
I remember when I was younger, there was this doll that came out, and they called her Miss What's Her Face, and she was literally just like a Barbie-sized doll with no face, but you could draw the face on her.
That
I was
sounds.
That sounds
it
like
was a
the
little
best
scary.
thing ever.
Dolls are amazing. I have so many in this drag room.
You have dolls?
I do.
I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, I'm right
They're
here.
She's right there.
Right. It's just Kandi sitting in the corner.
Right.
I mean, I am pint size.
We were talking about that. Being two shorter queens is kind of a good thing.
Oh,
Like,
it's the
we
best
can
thing
buy-
ever. It's so easy, and so many people hate it. It's so easy to find shoes.
Uh-huh.
That face. That right there.
Yeah. Yeah. So easy.
Okay, don't kill me.
Never. I mean,
Burn it
honestly,
down.
now that drag has progressed and is more mainstream, there are websites specifically for big-footed bitches. So, you know, like onlymaker.com, they go up to like a 15, 16. So, yeah, it's okay. No worries. I mean, when I shop for shoes, I find them for Jade, and then I just give them to Jade. So,
That's true. I
right.
have that pair you got.
It's
for me
okay.
sitting
When
right
I
there.
don't wear heels, I
Yeah.
can't find anything and have to go into the kids section.
Osh gosh bagosh.
Baby Gap was
Amazing.
made for me.
Baby Gap, you got your Velcro pumps on.
Casey just said
Exactly.
the Bigfoot Bitches Club.
Yeah, Casey just got a pair of platform boots that we were running around in that were gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. He was as tall as I was. We were actually face to face for once. It was good. We did
Somebody's as tall as you for once in
I
your
know
life?
it's a shock. It's a shock. But this past weekend in Rehoboth, we did a benefit for Camp Rehoboth at the Starbird in Dewey Beach. And we raised $1,500 for Camp Rehoboth, and Casey was there, and it was a great event, and they asked me to perform, and I hosted, and there was a raffle and things like that. And it always makes me feel good to do things outside of a typical drag show, especially when it's for an area that is quickly becoming my home. So if I can, be the newcomer in the area and show that I'm also I'm in it to win it and here to support the community as well, it makes you feel good for things like that. So Casey and Michelle, thank you very much for that experience. It was a wonderful experience, and we will return next year for the shenanigans.
That's amazing.
Shenanigans.
Yes,
It
that's
was
so amazing.
Still recovering.
So, Kandi, we do have another section to get to, but are you going to stay with us for some Q&A at the end of the show?
Absolutely, I'm going nowhere.
Stay with us.
Fantastic. We're going to chat with you in just a little bit then.
Bye,
All
Candy.
right. See you later.
Stay tuned.
She is
Ain't she
cute
cute?
as a button.
Ain't she just the cutest thing?
Oh my God. We luck out with our guests here. Like everybody is so amazing.
We do. You know, in our close circle, and not even our close circle, but just our circle and our family, we know some incredible individuals.
Yeah.
Just incredible, unique, talented, beautiful, just unique people. And it's so cool to have them on a platform like this and to give them a microphone to speak and to introduce people to the world. You know what I mean? Like Nomi's from California.
Mhm.
So, you know, just bringing everybody together, it's a good thing. We're doing good work, sis. We're doing good work.
And we always in the drag world, we hate the term exposure, but that's kind of what our show is, you know. But we're also not asking a lot from people. Nobody's performing numbers. We're saying, hey, if you want to throw on a face, great. But like we want to share people with all of you. And, you know, one of our longtime fans, Josh, just popped in. Hi, just tuning in after musical rehearsal. Everyone looks stunning. Thank you. But yeah, like that is why we do this. We are doing this for the fun of it, for like our own circles have gotten so wide now, and we know so many performers.
Yes.
And just incredible human beings, you know, a lot of people. And one thing I was going to say a little bit about the show I did in Reading, or not in Reading, in Scranton this past weekend. I wish we had had something like we have for Divas Down Under. We have the drag show primer, which I'm going to pop up right here. So you're going to your first drag show. Do not initiate physical contact with a performer. Don't initiate non-consensual physical contact with anyone ever, for that matter. Be a good audience member. Applaud, clap, scream, be enthusiastic, and don't boo, ever. I want to talk about that for just a moment before we get to Diamond Dish, because that show was huge. We had 400 people in that audience, and one person decided it was his job to critique everyone. We had an amazing performer do an impersonation of Zendaya from Euphoria, and he tried to come backstage and say that was not drag because she was in sweatpants. No, you don't get to do that. I told him very bluntly, you don't get to judge what we do. Please leave. I was up next doing one of my favorite numbers, and during my number, I hear him yell, "Stop, we're sick of this. You're done." So I stopped, I grabbed a microphone, and I let him know, no, you don't get to do that. We are performers. We are people. You don't get I started calling myself the Patti LuPone of drag. You don't go anywhere else and do that. Just because you paid a lot of money to come to a show, you don't get to heckle. You don't get to judge. You are there to have a good time. Putting other people down and like berating them, no. I had him kicked out. And the rest of the cast, they all stood beside me. Sedusa is watching right now and was like, she sure did. And he was like, this is not drag. We came to see drag. Guess what? This is drag.
Right.
Drag is not just what you see on television. Drag is not just like glamour and beauty all the time. Drag can be dirty. Drag can be creepy. Drag can be scary. Drag can be masculine. Drag can be clownish.
Right. And coming from somebody who's never done drag a day in their life at the same time, no thank you.
Yeah. I was like, are you a queen? Are you a performer? You're not in this show, so you don't get to do that. And I hear all the time people doing that at drag shows, just like putting people down. The worst is performers putting other performers down. We can critique and we can kiki and we can cut up, but if it's not constructive, it's not helpful. So Ephraim just said it perfectly. If it's not your cup of tea, leave it to the professionals.
Exactly. And you don't have to go. You know, you'd pay money for VIP seating or any ticket for that matter. and then you're going to go and act like that. You don't have to go. In fact, don't go. Please don't come back.
Yeah. We don't need your money that bad.
There's plenty of other people waiting in line for your seat, I assure you.
Especially when a show sells out and you're going to come in and act a fool. You are taking seats away from people who want to be there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And just a side note on that too, like if you're coming to a venue, you know, don't complain about, you know, where you're sitting or show up with half your party and then demand certain things for other people. You paid for a seat. You know what I'm saying? You paid for a seat and we're giving you a seat, and that's your seat. So love your seat, because we love your seat and we love your ticket money. So don't complain. We'll see you on Friday. Love you.
I was waiting for you to get to that because Amy and I do seating at Divas Down Under, and people are always like, we don't want to sit here. And we're like, we don't have a choice.
We don't like our seat. We don't like this, that, and the third. Well, I don't like your attitude, but here we are. You know what I mean? Like, here we are. Sit down. Thank you. I'm done. Coming up next on Diamond Dish, Amethyst bitches about everything. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Girl, do you have Diamond Dish tonight? I totally just like hijacked that moment. But
honey, you are my partner in crime. You don't hijack anything from me. Okay, we're in this together. Exactly. Yeah, and honestly, for Diamond Dish, I had so much fun watching you do your round robin with questions. I want to do that tonight for me too. Because there were some really good questions and you handled it so well. Like, so tonight on Diamond Dish, if you've ever wanted to ask this old broad a question, now's the time. So we're going to take, what'd you do, like 5 or 6 minutes? Like almost hit the round robin?
9:17. I will give you until 9:22. Sound good?
That sounds great. Yeah, right. Let's do it, everybody.
Pop out of here. I will pop questions up as soon as they pop in.
Go ahead, and I have the comment section open over here too, so no worries. No worries. So yes, tonight on Diamond Dish, people, let's dish. What do you want to know about the diamond? What do you want to know about Amethyst? What do you want to know? I just turned 42. I've been doing drag since I was 18 years old. I started in Washington, D.C. at the Washington Academy of Arts, which was a theater group that was not just drag. It was male performers, female performers, vice versa. It was drag. It was live comedy. It was all kinds of things. So what do you want to know? What have you always wanted to ask me? Oh, of course, Derek. Of course, Derek's first. What is your least favorite part about doing drag? My least favorite part about doing is the cleanup. Cleaning. I'm so bad at it. Like when I start getting ready in drag, like it's like a bomb goes off and I can never find anything that's ever right in front of my face because that's usually where it is. But yeah, it's definitely, I hate the cleanup part because I'm so organized. Like all of my outfits and jewelry and makeup are in their own containers. And when it's chaos, baby, I can't stand it. So I would like a personal assistant. Anybody out there that wants to work for free and follow me, call me. Next question from Vicky Marie Thompson. What's been your favorite location you perform at in Rehoboth? Oh my goodness. That's such a tough one because they're all set up so beautifully. My favorite place in Rehoboth to perform, I should be careful answering this live, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to have to say the Pines. I work with Christina Kelly and Mona Lotz and a plethora of other top-notch entertainment there. And the setup is great. The laughter is always so much fun. The food is great. And they treat you so well, as they do everywhere, but I'm going to have to say the Pines. Biggest misconception about drag performers. That we want to be women, that we dislike women, that drag is a mockery of all that is the female entity. For me, it's a celebration of everything that is female. It gives women a platform and a voice. I am a superhero for everything feminine, for my trans sisters, for my trans brothers. So yeah, biggest misconception is that this is a mockery of the gender that's being presented. What's your best wig tip? Don't fuck them up. Take care. My best wig tip and my best everything tip, take care of your shit. We spend a lot of time, money, and energy on this. Hundreds of dollars. You're looking at $1,000 right now, and you can't even see me from the waist down. That part. So take care of your jewelry and your hair. It's very important. Don't put a lot of products in your stuff. Clean your drag. Wash your drag. Ladies and gentlemen, wash your drag. You stink. Thank you. Next question. How do you handle those rude audience members, baby? I don't see rude audience members. They don't exist. If you want to act up, that's on your time, not my dime. Write that down. What is the first item you put into your drag bag? Ever? Or the first item I put in my drag bag? Probably my body. My body and my tights, because without that, it really ruins the illusion. I'm just flat. Okay, so what's your biggest pet peeve? And hi, sister, I love you. What's your biggest pet peeve in drag? Biggest pet peeve in drag is other drag entertainers not bringing the things they need and using all of my shit. I'm going to put it out there. I love you all so much. I bring everything under the sun. I bring mirrors and everything. And everybody always ends up in my station. Be prepared, sisters. I love you. You can do yourself better. Do me better. Do the world better. I love you. Efrain Rodriguez, who's one drag performer you want to perform with and have not gotten to yet? I have to say my idol, I have worked with her, is Sabrina White. Someone I have not worked with yet that I would like to. That's a very, very, very good question. That's a very good question. I don't know. There's so many that I look up to. I'm going to say Sunny Delight. Sonia Diaz, former Miss EOY, former Miss Continental, I believe, as well. Just a joy and a light, and has a beautiful story and a beautiful heart. And I would love the opportunity to share a room with her. Her as well as Tommy Ross.
Yeah.
Tommy Ross is the embodiment of class and elegance. She does Diana Ross better than the boss herself. Tommy Ross is a legend. So yeah, I'm going to say Sonia Diaz, Sunny Delight, and Tommy Ross.
You have 3 more questions.
Oh, good. Okay, no problem. Derek, one talent you wish you had as a drag performer that you don't currently. I would love the gift of song. I cannot sing. I would love to be able to just come out and belt. But I was not given that. I was given the beauty and the looks, but I was not given the voice, sadly. So press play. I'll do the rest. Vicky Marie Thompson, are you going to go out for pageants again? Yes, Mama is going to return to the pageant scene. I just got back from Miss America in January. Went down to study, see what the kids are doing, you know what I mean? Got to take some notes. But yes, Amethyst Diamond will return to the pageant stage. It may not be this year, but best believe my closet's going to be built this year. I'll see you next year. Love you. Cassie Hunter, favorite lashes? My favorite lashes, I use Elegant Lashes. It's a company called Elegant Lashes. I don't know if you can see it because of my light. Elegant Lashes. The ones I have on now are 301s, but they are double stacked. I actually have 2 on each eye. I like them nice and thick and heavy. So Elegant Lashes.
And there's actually one more.
Okay, your one dream performer to be brought to Divas if money wasn't an object. Oh, God. Oh, that's so hard. One drag performer if money was not an object. Oh, my God, I have no idea. Oh.
Right?
Oh, wow. God, I don't know. I don't want to say any of the Drag Race girls. I don't. I really don't. I don't even want to say RuPaul. I don't know.
Well, and here's an interesting thing to add to that. If we booked RuPaul, where would our regulars get seats? Would we know the audience? And when you book a celebrity like that, so many people go just for the celebrity and don't tip the other performers. So that's another...
Right. Which is bullshit.
It is bullshit.
That person already got paid several $1,000s to walk in the door. So
yeah. Although, full disclosure, most of the Ru girls I've worked with have been great. Have been super down to earth. Like, I will I will sing the praises of Kasha Davis all day long, you know.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely. I agree.
But yeah,
I
that's
agree.
a tough one.
I'm still thinking about that answer. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'd be selfish and I would say Ben de la Creme.
Definitely.
Because she
Definitely
called
Ben
me
de la
pretty once.
Oh, is that when you met her in Rhode Island?
Yep. Went to
Or
see her
Peace Town?
one-person show, which she's going on tour again.
I seen that. I
Um,
seen that. What is it? Something about being committed?
Ready to be committed.
Ready to be committed.
It is so good. It is so cheeky and so fun. Like, if
Yeah,
you
she's
have
fun.
not gone to see one of the RuPaul performers, like one-person shows, go see Ready to be Committed. It's,
Yeah.
you will laugh the whole time.
Yeah.
And it's like a 1-hour show. It's so fun.
I think I would love to see Eureka.
Yeah.
I actually really enjoy Eureka. She wears her heart on her sleeve and she works her ass off. You know.
And she is currently Derek, remind me. I think she just went into rehab or got out of rehab. She's taking care of herself.
No, I have no idea.
Yeah. She's going into rehab. So prayers for her on her rehab journey. We wish you the best, Eureka. Please watch our show. Please be a guest on our show.
Absolutely. We have the same jeweler girl, please. By all means.
Right. Hello.
We love you.
We all got
We
the
love
Rocks by Cox.
That's right. We're
And
essentially
Vicky
family
said
now.
the Kinsey 6 for Divas Down Under.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
That would be fun. I want to do an episode and I want to book the Kinsey 6 girls who do drag outside of the Kinsey 6.
Right, because it's completely different, isn't it?
Yep. I want to get Gassy Wins and Daisy Bouquet.
Gassy wins.
Gassy Wins. I'm not making that up.
That's funny.
Well, girl, do you want to
That's
keep answering questions with our guests?
Oh, hell, I forgot we even had guests, girl. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, what the hell?
I'm just
All right.
kidding.
Keep those questions coming because we are going to bring back our incredible guests for this evening. You know them and love them. Let's welcome back Nomi Moore and KANDI POP. Oh, I'm pressing.
Hey, girl. Hey, girls. Did you have a good break?
I did. My husband brought me
I
some
fell
cheese.
asleep. I'm just kidding.
Ooh.
What a wonderful husband that brings you cheese,
Some
little
cheese and some rosé.
Oh, charcuterie. Where's the charcuterie?
The charcuterie.
We're off the meat today.
What about the
Today's a
charcuterie?
non-meat day.
Fair enough. Charcuterie.
The charcuterie.
Okay, but like queens and dairy don't mix.
No, very much that.
Queens
Very
and
much
dairy.
No, I'm fine with Dairy Queen, just not the other way around.
So we did get a question already.
I'm
and
fine
it's
with
from my
Dairy
husband.
Queen. Dairy Queen's not fine with me in my stomach.
Facts.
Although I can't say no to a dilly bar, I'm not going to lie. So my husband is just rattling off the questions. Geez. So this is a very important question too. For Nomi, do people often mistake you for a trans woman?
Until I talk.
She has a cold.
Not so much anymore. When I was younger, I painted less because I thought the goal was to be a pretty woman. Now I want people to understand that there's a transformation that happens because I want to be respected for the skill set that it takes to take a 200-pound, 6'2" man to look like this, to look like Sandra Bullock from, what was that movie you said?
Oh my God. The football movie.
Right.
Oh,
what was it? But you get it. There's some skill that happens. There's a transformation. Even I can look as campy as I want. I can look as outlandish as I want. I can look as natural or fish as I want. It's personal expression. And so I paint a little bit more. So I think people understand that there's more going on now. And I did not like being confused for a trans woman because I'm not trans. And I wanted to be respected for being a man who transforms myself temporarily into a woman. The art of female illusion. If people thought I was a trans woman, then they thought that the hormones or breast implants were doing the work that my skilled hand was doing to create the illusion. So not so much anymore, but it definitely happened a lot. But I think that there needs to be a clear distinction between a female illusion and trans.
Right.
I respect that. It's more, there's a gender fluidity to it. And I think that's something all drag performers inherently have in them.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, like we were chatting with Kandi, it does help trans people like realize their true power.
Absolutely.
So one thing I've been asking a lot
Absolutely.
lately, and it's cheeky and it's silly, and I'm going to direct this at Kandi. Kandi, what is one thing you'd like to ask Nomi?
Ooh.
Let's see. That's a hard one. I have an idea. So I know our years of doing drag are different in the span. You've been doing drag a lot longer than I have. If not to be rude about that, but if there was one tip you could give to anyone that has been doing drag, that is a little newer to doing drag, or that's been doing it, say, less than 10 years, if there's one tip that you could give them, what would you give?
When you see something that you like, that your eye is drawn to, don't work so hard to duplicate it. Find a way to make it better. Make it your own. Get inspiration from the people around you in your sphere of influence, but use that as inspiration to find your own aesthetic and your own message, your own narrative, if you will, to the public, to the people that are looking at you. Don't just say, oh, well, that person's popular for looking that way, so I'm going to look that way too so I can be popular. Doesn't work that way.
No.
I love that. That's like, that kind of sounds like when recently I've been getting a lot of, oh, hey, you look like Georgia's from Drag Race. And I'm like, that's great. She's really pretty, but I want to look like Kandi.
And you do.
Right.
And you do.
And you do. I mean, beauty is in the eye of the beholder because it's super subjective. So you can't control people's perceptions of who you are. I would just say thanks for the compliment, but don't internalize the comment because it's their perception of your aesthetic. So,
right.
And I think that's something that we learn to do as we get older, is we stop internalizing the shit that people say to us as if it is our own word.
Right.
So thank you for the compliment. Like you said, I wouldn't say it any different. She's a gorgeous queen. Thank you for the compliment.
Right.
And just know that you're strong in your own aesthetic and your own power.
Right. Because other people's perception of you is actually a reflection of themselves.
That's ding, ding, right? We're all looking at people through our own experiences, and we're putting things or projecting things onto them because it's what we're familiar with. And familiarity brings security. And in this world, it's all about survival, and security is of the utmost importance. So it's that whole like psychological factor, right?
Right.
Well, and my husband just pointed out, you know, I said it last week and I'll repeat it. I think people use Rue Girls for comparisons due to lack of other non-drag race references. You know, they're always quick to compare us to somebody else. And, you know, like I got Ben de la Creme for the longest time, and I am ridiculously flattered about that.
Yeah.
But I'm Jade. You know, I appreciate that comparison because she is amazing. She is a role model. But at the end of the day, this is who I am.
Okay, now, isn't this interesting? Because I've been told, is it 3 times tonight now that I look like Sandra Bullock? And I'm like, thanks, girl. I'll take that compliment.
Mm-hmm.
But yet, if you're told that you look like Ben de la Creme, you're like, no, I'm Jade. So I'm interested to know why I would say, thanks for the compliment, but you perceive that someone's not looking at you with your autonomy?
I think I worded
Is
that
it because
wrong.
it's a Rue girl?
Possibly, but I mean,
I think because it's a drag queen.
well, and
Got it.
you know what? You do make a very compelling point, and I do think I did word that sloppily. Like flattered by the compliment, and like I was actually gonna say you remind me a lot of my Aunt Kathleen this evening, who is absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
But yeah, ooh, that is good. I hadn't even thought of that, honestly.
Is that just because drag queens have not yet reached the same status of celebrity, so it doesn't carry the same gravitas as far as a compliment? You're just going to be being compared to someone who's lateral to you rather than above you, which, I mean, celebrity, let's be honest, again, it's all perception and subjective, but I mean, I think you get my gist, right?
Yeah. I had not thought of that. And like I said, it was flattering, but I think it's because I'm trying to make my name in the same profession.
Exactly.
And I'm hoping to reach what she has reached at some point.
Yeah.
And being compared to Sandra Bullock is saying you look like a woman.
Which for a female illusionist is the goal. But I'm cheaper and faster.
Yes. Yeah.
Just like McDonald's.
I love that.
Me too.
Super faster.
So, and since I threw that question to Candy, I want to throw the same question to Nomi. Nomi, what's one question you have for Candy?
Make it juicy.
Where I don't know that it's juicy, but this is what really fascinates me with queens that are different than I am. Where do you pull your drag inspiration from? Because I find your aesthetic, like I'm drawn to your aesthetic. I wouldn't do it on myself because I don't think I can carry it off, but I'm so attracted to your aesthetic. Where is your inspiration?
So honestly, it comes from a little bit of the inspiration that you get, but my main biggest thing when anybody ever asks me this is 80s and 90s cartoons, 100%. I love bright colors, as you can see. I love the whole neon bright shapes and zigzag era that was going on in the 90s. I love the whole neon signs and anything brightly colored. And like, it's funny because I take so much aspects from the 80s and 90s. And I don't remember specifically what we were talking about, but my fiance and I were talking one day, and his response to me was, well, Candy is pretty much Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman, which is 100% the truth.
I love that movie.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Like, who didn't want to be a hooker after that
whole,
movie?
Like, bright colors and characters and anything. I hate the color black, and I only wear it for work.
You're very Lisa Frank, Candy. Very Lisa Frank, and I'm here for it all day.
I will take that and run with it.
Absolutely.
Robert just pointed out you're giving Gem and the Holograms vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Please get out of my head, Robert Fisher.
I'll take it.
And stop stealing my lines. Thank you very much.
Relative of yours?
I mean, I'll take it. I don't have her
Totally
money,
Gem and the Holograms. No, it's
Yeah.
totally Gem and the Holograms. And I see that. And yes, I concur.
I've been really digging this whole like side swept gig lately, and I'm just stuck with it.
Yeah, baby. Sweet bet.
Sideswept is amazing. We've been doing this like middle part thing for 10 years now, and I'm over it. Like side,
I
it's
do not
glamorous,
have the face for middle part. It's not gonna
grown up.
happen.
Right.
It's time to start looking like glamazons again. I think far too long women have been told to walk lightly around beauty, and I said earlier tonight that beauty should be unapologetic, and I'd like to see, and I think we're going in that direction again in the beauty and fashion industries, where we're seeing women being exalted for their beauty and their glamour rather than being shamed for it or being made to feel like if they look a day over 16, they're damaged goods.
Right.
As someone who is struggling with, like, I don't know if everybody out there can tell, but usually when I'm doing the show, I am very purposely sitting a specific way because I have become very self-conscious about this little thing right here. So I'm always like, you know what? It's there. It exists. It's part of my face. I want to get rid of it. But until it's gone, it's going to be there.
It's okay, girl. I have a hair clip on the back of my neck. It's okay. Don't worry.
But, you know, I think, and aging is not a bad thing. You know, age the way you want to age. Like, sometimes there are days where I wake up and I'm like, I feel like a fine wine. And then there are other days where I'm like, I'm aging like milk.
Cottage cheese. Yay.
But, like, you know, you put one foot in front of the other and you go forth and you be the best person you can be.
Onward and upward. They're not flaws, they're facets. Remember that.
I don't like aging. I don't like the aging process.
Amen.
My mom says, oh, I don't mind the wrinkles on my face. Those are like the badges of the years I've lived. I'm like, girl, that's what people say who are too afraid to get plastic surgery. I do not like the aging process. I do not want the daily reminder that I am headed to my fucking grave. So yes, I want to look as young as I can before looking like a science experiment. And I know at some point in time, I am going to just let gravity and the years take over, but I'm still fighting the fight today because I still want to feel vital. And if I'm seeing the signs of aging in the years that I've lived, which have been a little rough, if we're being honest, I don't want to see that impending finish line just yet.
Right. Fix it before it breaks.
Hello. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
I love it.
So we did get a question here. I'm going to throw this one to Candy first. From Vicky, what is the best way to figure out the best color foundation to make your, I think to match your skin tone is what she meant. Also, how do you determine if powder or liquid foundation is better to use? So we'll let Candy handle that one first.
Come on, Alta.
Coming as someone that does makeup almost daily, because as I mentioned before, I do work at Ulta. Color matching is one of your biggest issues that people have. The main thing that you want to look at is your undertones. So whether it's your specific undertone on your skin or the specific undertone of whatever foundation you're using, you could either be a cool tone, which is going to be very kind of on the lighter side, going to be more gray toned foundation. You could be neutral, which is going to be in the middle, or you could be very warm toned, which I am, which is going to give you more like red orange tones. And you just have to find, honestly, my best tip that I could give is just trying multiple ones before you buy it. Because I've realized a lot of people will just pick up one because they think that it's their shade and then realize once they get home, that's nowhere close. That's a lot lighter than my skin tone, or that makes me look dark, or that makes me look orange, or what have you. I always suggest people try it on if you can, because I know like Walmart or some places you can't try on things. But if you can, it's very helpful to try it on. And if you don't know, in places like Sephora or Ulta, just ask for help. It's never a bad thing to ask for help, and they will 100% help you.
Excellent.
Yeah, you can't trust the picture. You can't trust what you see online on a computer screen. Like, and a lot of it, you know, when it dries, it's not the same color anymore. So
yeah, and like waste times when people will use like the website or the app to try and take their picture and figure out what their foundation shade is, and I'm like, girl, that thing is going to tell you you are way more orange than you need to be.
Yeah, it's a lot of trial and error, and that's okay. That's fun. I think it's fun. You might waste a little money, but there's a girl out there you can
in the
give.
beginning of my drag career, I looked like the whitest of white girls, and I don't know what was going on.
Same.
It's the powder.
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
every queen starts
Yeah.
off using that Coty Airspun powder, and it has the worst flashback. Everyone looks like a ghost face. All your
Don't judge
contouring is
me.
diminished. Uh-huh.
I feel very attacked.
I feel very attacked right now. No, it is. It's the Coty Airspun
Hello.
powder, which makes it amazing for highlighting. But in this
Right.
area right here, I couldn't use it anymore.
Wow.
See?
So-
Yeah, I didn't realize until like the past like 2-3 years, us black girls got to be using some color in our face.
Yeah. Nomi, what powders do you use?
My big one is the MAC Invisible powder. I get like 3 of them, and I dump it in this big Pyrex thing, and I have like the old-fashioned puff in there. That's my favorite go-to. And then I also have a bunch of the Morphe pressed powders. And when I'm feeling like creative and I want to like color matte my face out, I'll use these just to get a little extra creative. But my go-to is MAC because it does the job without looking cakey.
MAC is
But
my
I
favorite
will
company.
say that when it comes to if you like to bake under the eyes, if you
Keep
like
going.
to bake under the eyes and you're over the age of like 32, that's when I noticed the baking really started bringing out the fine lines and the crepiness that I didn't see when I didn't have the makeup on. So
Right.
one tip that I have is when you have right before you powder, if you have your makeup sponge, right before you put your powder down, take the sponge and just gently buff the surface of the makeup, because as we're doing the makeup and those dynamic areas of our face are moving, the makeup's crinkling. So if you go in and you buff it and then quickly powder, it eliminates all that crepiness.
Ooh.
What was the other thing? Oh, I totally lost my train of thought. Oh,
There's no-
if you do powder under the eyes, the Morphe Bake and Set setting powder in brightening pink. I highly recommend this one. The soft pink really illuminates the eye without it looking too ghost-like underneath. And it's a super finely milled formula, so it doesn't make the eye look more crepey.
Amazing.
I like
That's
that.
And then
Really
again, to Candy's point, knowing your undertones, warm, cool, neutral, I think makes a
Right.
big difference. And then, like you said, Amethyst, just knowing that about 20 minutes after you apply your makeup, it's probably going to go like one shade darker.
Yeah.
So for you girls who were the 90s girls, remember prescriptives, and they would do like the 3 lines down your neck. I'd say
Yeah.
get 3 different foundations and try them on your neck, because if we're being good and we're using sunscreen on our face should be a lighter color than the rest of our body. So when you put your makeup on, make sure you're matching to your chest and your neck, not to the color of your skin. Otherwise, you'll have that eternal ghost face.
Exactly. Another tip for under eye makeup, I found if you used a lip primer under your eyes before you put your foundation on.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Oh
Is
yeah.
it like preparation
That
H
sounds
without shrinking your
great.
blood vessels?
I mean, yeah, it doesn't burn your eyes though. So
I love that. Okay, so I'm writing this down and I'm trying this.
yeah. I just
So
got
if I
a
end up
lip
going to the
primer
hospital,
from
I'm
MAC.
sending you my medical bill.
Oh, you'll be fine. No,
I got the idea on this show.
right. Yeah, lip primer under your eyes, let that set, and then put your foundation on, baby. Baby, you're not gonna come back. I'm telling you.
I just
I
wrote
love
that down
MAC
for myself too.
Woo!
We did have a couple more questions here. The next question from Gabrielle. What is one common misconception you hear a lot about doing drag that bothers you, and why? Who wants to take that one first?
I don't have a whole lot to say, except I'm with Amethyst. Just because we do drag doesn't mean we want to be women.
Right.
It's just not. It's a misconception, and I get it, but it just takes understanding why. Like, okay, as a performer, I gravitate towards this type of role. Female illusion. Robert De Niro gravitates towards this kind of role. Meryl Streep gravitates towards that kind. It's just the way that we choose to express ourselves But the way that we present ourselves from a moment-to-moment basis is not necessarily how we choose to live ourselves when those same eyes aren't looking at us. Does that make sense? Did I say that?
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
think the rosé is kicking in.
Good. Good, honey. Good.
How about you, Candy?
I'd probably say that's a hard one. I don't know if it's as much now, but one thing that used to bug me a long time ago, I was dating this guy and his sister said this, and it kind of stuck with me, that drag queens are mean. That drag queens are annoying, they're catty, and they're mean. And you will have that, but that's just because you have some mean people, but not all of us are going to be mean. Just because, of course, we're part of the LGBT community and we're drag queens and we're supposed to be cunty and we're supposed to be catty, like, not all of us are going to be rude. Just walk up and ask to say hi or ask for a photo. Asking a question, the worst that you can hear is no. It's not like we're going to yell at you.
Right. And I think as drag queens, we have our own language. You know, everything we say can be the complete opposite of the word actual meaning. Like, you know, and we're always catty, we're always quick, we're witty, we're MCs, we're entertainers. We have to always have the next word. You know what I mean? So we're trained to be a little bitchy, a little catty, a little quirky. You know, that's not who we are. You know, that's
I have a
just
comment on that.
Please.
Do you ladies think that the reason why as drag queens we always have to have the next word is because as gay men who are drag queens, we are constantly making preemptive strikes to protect ourselves against attacks when we are in this vulnerable position of expression?
Absolutely. And to go back to Gabby's question about biggest misconceptions, people think that because we do drag, that we are feminine men outside of it, that we are sissies, that we don't like being guys, that we aren't masculine or butch or can't do power tools or, you know, all that stuff. Like we're taken out of context because of what they see. They're like, oh, you wear bras and panties and you dance around like a lady. You must not be able to take it as a man.
I'm not breaking these
And Julia Roberts is really a prostitute.
Exactly.
I think it's what it is, though.
Yeah,
you said it earlier, Jade. It's exposure. Lack of exposure means a lack of understanding. And so we get compartmentalized into the wrong areas because the people who are compartmentalizing us haven't had the opportunity for the exposure to see a more well-rounded version rather than just the keyhole version that they are presented with, which is in part due to us because as drag queens, we have defense mechanisms in play. That's why we dress the way that we dress when we're women. And so we have to be careful that that doesn't bleed out into the interactions we have with other people so that we can be sassy without being bitchy. Because the difference is confidence. If you're confident in yourself, you can be sassy and everyone loves it. If you're insecure, comes across as bitchy. And I fortunately have made the leap from bitchy to sassy.
Sure. Sure.
Well, I think that's a learning process.
Reading and being rude are two totally different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think there are a lot of performers who are still learning that, and there will be more having to learn that, and some are going to learn it the hard way. You know, we've all been at that show where we're listening to an MC and we're just like, a little too much with the audience. And it happens, you know, there's a way to be playful.
Jade,
with
you've been to that show? You were at that show too?
Anyway, what happened and couldn't have happened any other way. I was nice on the microphone to the rest of the audience. Except for that one guy. But yeah, even moments like that, we do have to be guarded, and I think you're right. And like, I kind of want to throw that back to Candy. As a trans woman, do you feel the same of that defense mechanism being there?
Kind of more in my earlier years of doing drag. Not so with like other drag queens, because 99.9% of people are gonna be nice when it comes to the drag community. Let me say, to the people you're doing shows with. I've had the wonderful pleasure of being in shows with people around this area that are really sweet people. Now, I think it's more of a guard thing when it comes to audience members, because there have been times where, like, I would just go out in a cute look, something like this, and would just go out to a show to support other girls. And, like, I remember one time we had walked outside for a sec. It was me and two other of my friends. It was my best friend with me. And this guy kept following me. It was a homeless dude. And I just kept walking, kept not really thinking about it. And then he was like, at one point, he came to the corner and he was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I just, like, I guess it's like a guarded thing. I was just like, "Look, sir, I'm a man." But, like, I feel like I have to be guarded sometimes more with audience members than I do with, like, in the community. Just as, and I think that's just as a defense mechanism, to be honest. But sometimes when it comes to rowdy audience members, you gotta keep your guard up sometimes.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
very true.
It breaks my heart to hear that your first defense mechanism is to present the gender that you are not. That's
It's
the
a bad
problem that
thing
I
that I
have
have to do.
with our culture. You can do whatever you need to do in a situation to make yourself feel protected. But the constant invalidation that the one thing that can keep you protected is presenting the gender that you don't identify with.
Mhm. Yeah, that's a
And
problem.
I'm sorry for that,
Yeah, and
Candy.
that's the
Yeah.
I do appreciate that. And it does it sucks at some points, but if it's to not of more of a, like, I feel like I have to do this because the person wants me to do this, and I have to say this because the person wants me to say this. Just more of a to feel comfortable aspect type of thing.
Yeah.
I hope sometime soon we get to a place in this country and in the world in general that you won't have to do that. And people start opening their eyes and accepting new things. And, you know, I don't like getting political on the show, but I'm going to do it for a bit of a moment. You know, the don't say gay bill, the, like, report your trans kids bills. Those are disgusting. Those are the most hateful, bigoted nonsense I have ever heard in my life. And they are setting us so far back. And I loathe that that stuff is happening. So hopefully more rational minds will prevail and stuff like that will not continue to be a problem.
I feel like Florida
Fingers
is
crossed.
like the vestigial tail of America that just needs to, like, snap off and fall into the ocean.
Accurate. Just leave us Disney, please. Leave us Disney.
Just
and
leave that little island Orlando. We're
Isle of
good.
Country.
The Isle of Orlando. Oh my God.
I did
Vacation
too. My husband and I took our honeymoon there.
Yeah,
Aw.
so did we.
Leave us
Amazing.
Orlando. Leave us Fort Lauderdale. Leave us the Florida Keys. Like everything else could go. Sorry,
Yeah, there's
Florida
going to be some
friends.
collateral
Leave us the
damage,
keys,
Amethyst.
that's
I'm
where
going to
the
be
gays
honest
go.
with you.
There is. There is. Sorry, my Florida friends. I love you, but go to Orlando quickly.
So we
Like,
have
gotta
two
go.
more questions here. We are at our end time, but, like, we've
Okay.
got two more questions. So let's get to these. The incredible Jamie Angel, who overslept and missed the first part of the show.
Good
First
morning.
question is for Candy. They want to know, Candy, I believe this is, are there particular recommendations you have for individuals who are non-binary and are getting a bit more lines since starting tea than they might want? That's a good one.
One of my major things that I cannot stress enough is a really good skincare routine, but specifically hydrating. When it comes to any smile lines or under eye wrinkles or crow's feet or whatnot. I've realized that a lot in my skin lately. And that's because I have a lot of dry skin, but I cannot stress it enough. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. If you think you've overhydrated, you have not. I don't think there's a such thing as overhydrating. There's a such thing as underhydrating. But with that, also, and I don't take very good pride in doing this myself. I need to do it more. But please drink some water. Best thing that's going to work for you. It's going to help with those lines. It's going to plump up your face more. It doesn't taste good. Just put a little flavor packet in there and you're good to go. Just drink some water, please.
I'm so bad at that too. I'm very bad at not drinking water. I'm good at not.
I was until I got a kidney stone.
And like I just bought a giant new water bottle and still haven't used it.
Right.
Crystal Light. Crystal Light. I use these big tumblers now. I try to drink 3 of these a day, and I fill this much up with Crystal Light and then the rest with water. And I'm getting more than enough.
I chug water like it's going out of business. Like when I have water, literally I could sit there and just down this whole thing at once. And I'm like,
I hate water. It's so boring. Oh, it's like doing drag without eyelashes.
Ah.
Wow. I love that. I feel attacked. No, I'm wearing lashes.
Oh my God.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
We were.
Okay, I want to know real quick, who's everybody's, love it or hate it, who's everyone's favorite season of RuPaul's Drag Race?
Favorite season?
Ooh.
And it can include All Stars.
Oh, wait a minute then.
13.
Season 13.
Wait, is it 13?
With Simone Ye?
Oh, Simone was so good.
Simone. The
Which
minute
one
she
was
walked
Gigi
in,
on?
I posted on Instagram, I said, look at the winner, y'all. She's taking the crown. 3 months later.
Is that the one Gigi Good was on?
Hello.
That was 12.
Yes. Oh,
Then
12.
12 is my favorite. I thought 12 was wonderful.
Oh, I do want to make a commentary though,
Mm-hmm.
because I just had enough rosé. So people are giving the queen on this season crap for being too much like Crystal Method because she's from the House of Method, or Crystal Method was her mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No one was giving Simone grief for being from the same house as Gigi. Like, what's the deal? Why are people so unfair?
What is the name of the queen?
Diabetes.
Diabetes. She looks like Crystal. She looks exactly like Crystal. Her lips, her makeup style, her aesthetic looks like Crystal Method.
That's so, I don't think she looks, I just don't see it. I don't know
Really?
where it is. I just don't see it.
I think she's a weird mashup of Crystal Method and Acid Betty.
Yeah.
Like she's floating between the two, and I'm like, I don't hate it. I'm just, I'm intrigued by it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think this is a fantastic season. If I'm just going to say that, we just did a podcast about this season, and I am loving it.
Like that show is just, it's so good. I'm not going to lie. Like, yes, it's fabricated. Yes, there's writers. Yes, but it's so good. And it does, for every negative thing I could say about RuPaul's Drag Race, I have like 3 or 4 positive things to say about it too. So like, the biggest
this is the one complaint.
Yep, go ahead.
Drag Race creates this pedantic approach to drag that if you're not seeing it on the current season, it's not relevant.
Ooh, that.
And I talk about that a lot because when was the last time, if ever, you saw this represented on RuPaul's Drag Race?
Right.
Yeah.
I've auditioned twice, and both times I said no. Honestly, the contract. We can do we can do a podcast about it because I didn't sign the NDA. The contract, ladies, it's 28 pages long and they own you for 7 years.
Yeah.
Nope,
I sent it to my agent and my agent said, you can't sign this. It severs our relationship. I'm like, how? How can they do that? And it's because they're creating this very specific niche of drag and they want to make sure that they can control you as long as you represent the brand.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
I have auditioned 8 times now. And I did take a year off a couple years ago because I was like, nope, I'm not in the right headspace. The universe is telling me stop. And I did the same thing this year because I was not in the right headspace. And I'm like, you know what? When it's time, I'm going to know it's time.
Right.
Is it a goal? Is having Drag Race on one's resume a goal now? Because I'm completely content taking my career to the next level without having that on my resume.
Thank
Does
you.
the cheese stand alone on that?
I think it's just no. I mean, it's for me. It's that stepping stone that I'm just kind of like. I want to do the next. I want to do the thing after doing the show. Like I want to have those doors open for me. Like I think Willem talks about it.
Read the contract, girl, because
Oh,
those doors don't open for 7 years.
I know. I was like,
it's so bad. It's so bad. The non-compete is so bad. But I don't think that they're going to be able to enforce that contract much longer, to be honest with you.
Yeah, people are going to want their freedom to do what they want.
Well, the California law is looking at doing away with non-compete contracts. You can't keep someone from earning a living if they're not earning money for you.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's my thing too. I don't want to be controlled. If my drag career doesn't go any further than what it is today, I am a happy girl.
Because even if you get the exposure, how well are you going to rest with yourself knowing that you're taking home 20% of your earnings for 5 to 7 years?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. No, thank you.
Thanks.
I'm worth more than that.
Right, and having somebody control what I do.
And I think that RuPaul's Drag Race, and more specifically WoW Productions, need to understand that drag queens and trans and queer performers are not chattel.
Yes. We're not.
Right.
So if you're going to do what you're saying that you're going to do, make sure that the message of the show is more than just an aspiration.
Indeed.
Exactly.
That part.
We do have one more question. Sorry about that. But Jamie Angel does have one more question for us. After the show, we're going to talk some more RuPaul's Drag Race. But Jamie, they also want to know if there was one mistake you made when you started doing drag that you learned from but cringe now, what would you tell your earlier self? I would tell myself make better choices.
I think I was just thinking of this.
Go for it.
Go ahead. Nope, you started. Go ahead.
I'm good. That's all I had.
I was actually just thinking of this earlier. I would tell myself, it's weird enough, but stop wearing crop tops. I was obsessed with them when I started. Stop wearing crop tops.
Oh, I love it. Not the crop top. I wish.
Well, when I first started, I was so obsessed with like short shorts, crop tops, and Converse for some reason. And like looking back at it now, I'm just like, what was I doing?
Right.
That is so cute, though.
That is cute. I used to wear headband wigs.
I thought I was the video girl from like the early.
When I first started doing drag, I was all about a fall. Let me just slip my own hair back because my hairline still went like this at the time instead of like this. I was like, let me just use my own hairline and put a fall on right here.
No problem.
Done.
Yeah, just some
I was obsessed with the fashion show from that movie Warlock, the Armageddon. It was a totally gross, fabricated fashion show. Like, that's not how it really happens. But I was obsessed with it, and that was the hairdo that all the models had. So that's what I had to have when I first started doing drag.
Yep.
But I would say, like, for me, don't be afraid. Don't be so afraid. Just do it. Go ahead and move that eyeshadow up past your crease and see what happens. What's the worst?
Right.
I was very nervous when I first started. I was like, oh, it's got to be just perfect. And I would spend all this time doing all this beautiful makeup. And then I'd open my eyes and it'd all roll up inside my eyelid. I was like, great, where'd all my eyeshadow go?
Right.
Don't be afraid to push the boundaries, even on your own face. You might surprise yourself with what you turn out with.
Yep.
And now our eyelids are black.
Right.
So,
yeah. By the way, too, like, let me just state for the record, this is a shit ton of makeup. Okay.
But you look so
I don't know what
fresh.
you're talking
and
about. I
full,
woke up like this.
There you go.
I'm telling, thank you, Jade. I'm telling you that trick with the setting spray. Just spray the setting spray and then lightly tap it with your powder brush. It really does give you that flawless, like semi-matte, like velvet finish.
I like velvet.
And I use the Morphe setting spray.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna have to try that. I'm gonna try that next week before Inside the Drag Closet.
Oh my God, tell me about it. You're gonna love it. I swear to God. When I discovered
will.
that trick, it like changed my makeup game forever. I was like, you want me in what light? Okay.
Sure. Sunlight, no problem.
Oh my God, sunlight. The only problem I have with sunlight
never
now is it
sunlight,
makes my eyes
never.
water.
Oh.
Oh.
So before we wrap up for the evening, my lovely husband always has an incredible drag tip for everybody out there. And this is a good tip for all drag performers, new and some veterans. And, you know, he's going right for it this time. Derek's helpful drag tip. A reveal is not a reveal if the audience sees it coming. The point of a reveal is the surprise. You taking off your coat and getting an arm stuck in the sleeve is not sickening. It's sloppy.
Just put my name on it next time,
Okay,
Derek.
look,
No
he did not
problem.
have to come for me.
Sometimes you got to read the children.
It's
I
true.
wear big rings. They get stuck. I'm sorry.
Oh, so can I say to Derek's point, because yes, 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 and yes. And if you look in the mirror and your executed result is not what you saw in your mind, it's not ready to present to the world. Just saying.
True.
Young queens, right? It's like, oh, well, this is how I wanted it to look. And it only looks 25% of the way there, but I just really want to get up on stage with it. It's like social media, unfortunately. Really only put your best work out there because that's what people are going to see. They're not going to see the intent. They're not going to see the motive. They're going to see the execution.
Well, and now we're in the world of like every drag show. You've got dollar bills and this. Because everybody's filming everything. So
I have to say, unfortunately, I'm kind of glad that my career has taken me out of the bars and the clubs.
Yeah.
Good. Good.
I don't know how I feel about making that statement, but like when I hear you guys talk about what you deal with, I'm like, fuck. Like people are animals.
Yeah.
Well, and the sad thing is, for every negative experience, there's 100 other people who are just showering love. So, like,
absolutely,
like typical things, the negatives stand out, and the
why
washed away.
Why is that? That's the real damage that those people do. It's not the moment that you're on stage. It's what happens when you get off stage and you start processing the information and you start ruminating on why someone would behave that way towards another person.
Yeah.
I mean, and we know why, but it still stings.
Yeah.
Like, shut up. Go be yourself someplace else. Because I'm being me right here, right now.
Yeah. Definitely that.
Well, kids, we went 15 minutes over our time, but you know what? We don't have a time limit, so we can do
it. Yay!
We do.
Encore!
Right.
But I do want to give everybody a chance to say goodnight to everybody who's been viewing this evening. Starting with Amethyst, do you have any words for the kids at home?
Bye. I'm just kidding. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and watching tonight. I really, really enjoyed tonight's show. Jade, my sister, my partner in crime, my brother, my friend, I love you, and I'm so grateful to do this with you every week, it seems now. And I'm glad that we're traveling together more and we're doing shows together more. And I'm so proud of you, and you've grown, and I can't wait to watch you fruition. You know what I mean? So I love you, and I'll see you soon. I'll see you Friday, actually. Nomi, you have been such a pleasure to have on this show. I appreciate your insight because I share a lot of that with you, and I think we would be great friends. So I hope we stay in touch with each other. And next time I'm in California, I'm going to look you up because hopefully that will be before too long. But thank you for being on our show tonight. And since episode, what was it, 16?
16.
And now we're on 93.
16.
Sweet 16. I love it. But thank you for your love and your light.
Thank you.
Kandi Pop, baby sis, I better see your ass soon in Rehoboth, honey.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll tell you what, I miss you, and I can't wait to see you. And when I do see you, I'm going to give you the biggest hug. I love you, and keep on keeping on, and onward and upward, my sister. All right, I love you, and I support you, and I am here if you need anything at all. All right, peace, love, and chicken grease, everybody.
I love that. Kandi, any last words for the kids watching?
Peace, love, and chicken grease. I love it.
Absolutely.
Just that I had a fabulous, fabulous time tonight. It was a great old kiki. If we take anything from tonight, like I always say, moisturize, prime, drink your water. Those three things. That's all we're taking from tonight. But if we don't even remember those, I'm just three very important things that we're just going to remember throughout the day, and it'll make your day a whole lot better. Keep smiling, keep loving, and keep on popping. Thank you, guys.
I love that. Nomi, any last words for the kids?
Yes, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to be seen and to be heard. It means a lot. And that I hope that everybody out there has an opportunity to go and find their light. And if you need any help with the makeup, you can check me out on YouTube at NOMI MOORE.
Yes.
I love that. I have had such an amazing time tonight. You know, Nomi, it was so good to see you again. Like,
you too. Thank you. Thank you.
You bet. I love chatting with you. We need to talk more, and like,
okay,
that needs to be. I'm getting into like checking my Instagram more often, so we're gonna talk more. I'm terrible about Instagram, but I'm getting better about it. So we will definitely be kikiing more often.
I look forward to it. Yes.
Yeah. Kandi, I adore you. You are so sweet and so adorable. And like, I can't wait until me and Amethyst and you are doing a gig in Rehoboth, just having a good old time, cutting up and showing the kids a lot of fun. Yeah, hopefully soon. Like,
very soon.
That's going to be so much fun.
Hopefully.
And Amethyst was also here. So, Amethyst, my sister, my brother, one of my favorite people on the planet. I love that I get to share so much time with you with this show. I couldn't have done it without your support and phone calls back and forth when we're just like bitching and dealing with stuff. And now wrangling a tent for Pride, which is going to be amazing. And I have something crazy to tell you. While the show was happening tonight, we had new merch rollout. So if you would like your Inside the Drag Closet and Chill t-shirt, it is available at JadeDeVere.com.
I love that.
I found that out just a little while ago. That's the new thing that's going around. So make sure you get your ITDC shirts. Everybody out there, love each other, support each other. Keep tuning in because we love you and adore you. And there's only one thing left to say, and that is, good night, kids!